So as of late, I've been scanning the Star Wars news headlines trying to find a Dave Filoni article about the Clone Wars. I can't wait to learn more about the upcoming Season 7, and it's a tradition here on the channel that I pass on gems of information that Dave Filoni reveals in those interviews. That said, I wasn't able to find an interview with Filoni himself, but I did find an interesting interview in which Dave Filoni was discussed by Freddie Prinze Jr., and what he had to say was rather interesting. Reading from the article, it states IGN spoke with the voice of Kanan himself, Freddie Prinze Jr., about how he came to be part of this special scene that not only brought Kanan, but also Ahsoka Tano, Mace Windu, and more for a cross-generational Jedi reunion. So in the article, Freddie describes being called into work with J.J. Abrams on The Rise of Skywalker. It's a good read, and I suggest you check out the article, but what I'm really interested in sharing is what Freddie said about Dave Filoni in the interview. IGN shared in the interview that Prince was enthusiastic about getting to work with Filoni again, and was brimming with excitement for what else Filoni and his team at Lucasfilm have in store for Star Wars fans. End quote. It's interesting to me that Freddie was able to work with Dave Filoni while working on The Rise of Skywalker. Remember, that's exactly what this article is about, Freddie going into work on The Rise of Skywalker. I think maybe he just stopped by Dave Filoni's office at Lucasfilm while working with JJ, or maybe while he was there, he did some voice work for The Mandalorian Season 2, or maybe even a Rebels sequel. Now that's just total speculation, but let's get to the really interesting point he made in the interview when he shared, "I can't wait to see more of this stuff in Dave's head get out there." He teased not offering any details about what he heard. "He's told me some of the best, to where I felt like I was a kid and sitting on Poppy's knees and they were hearing an old story. That's how good they are. Those haven't been even told yet. So they have a ton of work ahead of them, and it's all work that they're inspired by. But I love the direction they're going in, and I love Dave Filoni's influence over the brand at this point." End quote. That last line really made me think that maybe Dave Filoni has been quietly given a much larger role within Lucasfilm. As Freddie states, Filoni seems to be having more influence on the brand. But what I'm really interested in speculating about is what are these great stories Filoni has to share with us? Could this be a hint that a Rebels sequel is coming? Well, at this point, the evidence that a Rebels sequel is coming is stacking up, with several folks claiming they have sources suggesting the series is coming, so certainly it would make sense that this is what Filoni was telling Freddie about. And thankfully it sounds like Freddie likes what he hears. Prince also mentions things are headed in a new direction, which could mean that Dave Filoni is taking the new animation series to the unknown regions. Of course, Dave Filoni could have been telling Freddie about The Mandalorian as well, but certainly Freddie and Dave would have discussed the next animation series, as that is what they've worked together on before. This, of course, is total speculation, folks, but I thought you'd be interested to hear about Freddie's interview and what he's saying about the new projects Dave Filoni's putting forth. That all said, Star Wars fans, I'm Mike, and I want to say thanks for watching this quick video, and may the Force be with you always.